realized I was talking for 15 minutes and nothing was recording. So, day 2 of the So Long Father's Day So Long welcome. I wanted to talk today about what fathers really want for Father's Day. I wanted to make sure a year ago, when I did this for the first time, I wanted to make sure that I was creating sewing patterns for men and boys and fabrics, designing fabrics for boys and men for the same reasons that they wanted to receive them. And I love the feeling of making something for those people that I love and having them unwrap it and just be, you just see those really subtle facial expressions, their eyes welt, their smile, a little flush in their cheek, about how it makes them feel when they unwrap that. And at the time, I was observing this crazy frenzy of Father's Day shopping, and a few days out from Father's Day, and it made me question, is this something that fathers really want? And so I started asking fathers, and there are certainly other surveys out there asking exactly the same question: what do fathers really want for Father's Day? But I was particularly interested in hearing from my friends and my community of people who sew. I wanted to hear from sewers and husbands and men who sew and husbands of people that sew and fathers of people that sew. So I wanted to get that perspective from it. And this survey is always open. And so I have about 120 responses. And a couple of months ago, I put those responses together and I collated those to see what fathers really do want. And I put out this survey. And you may have had a chance to read it. I'll share a link to it below this survey. But below this video, if you would like to read the results. But before I tell you what the outcomes of the survey were, I'll just share a couple of the responses with you when asked, what do fathers really want for Father's Day? And some of them are really simple, like this one: I just want to hang out with my kids. Others were similar to that: no actual presents, I just want days with my boys. And this one, and it might resonate with many of you: something that captures how much my family means to me, like that feeling all those years ago when the kids were small and they brought home crafts they created from school for Father's Day. I certainly did that for Dad, and my brothers did as well, and he had many of them under his bed until he passed away. crazy gifts anyway. And this one as well: nothing physical, as in no physical gift. Maybe a nice lunch, a nice romp with my wife was also great. So I was finding, as I was reading through these 120 responses, that there was a theme developing, and they all fell beautifully into Ian Chapman's 5 love languages. And when I originally found out about the love languages, it was in a book by Vanessa Van Edwards. She wrote a book called Captivate. I don't know if I've got it here. And her book is all based in research. She actually has a science lab, and she is the people person. She is always researching and reviewing research around studies on people's behavior. And so the fact that she referenced the love languages in her book, I thought actually maybe there's something to this. So I went and had a look at it, and It's a longitudinal study of which millions of people have contributed to it, and it's still going to this day. And he has created a framework as to how we can tap into somebody, how we can make somebody feel loved, and how we can determine how they like to feel loved. And he broke these up into 5 areas. And those 5 love languages are quality time, acts of service, words of appreciation, physical touch, and gifts. Did I get all of those? Did I find those? Words for acts of service, words of affirmation, gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Yes, those are the 5. And from those responses that I read out to you earlier, you can start to see how those responses fall into these categories. So, for example, I just want to hang out with my kids is quality time. It's got quality time written all over it. Something that captures how much my family means to me, like that feeling all those years ago when the kids were small and they brought home crafts that they created. That to me is a combination of receiving gifts, but also acts of service, because they have taken the time to make that gift, knowing that he will appreciate that. Other ones like words of affirmation. I just need to hear thanks, Dad. I just need to hear my kids appreciate me. There were quite a few of those, and so those are words of affirmation. I just want to know I'm doing a good job. And what I have found in reflecting on this and going through this process is that making something for someone touches every single one of those love languages. So quality time, you have taken the quality time to think about what someone wants and take the time to make it and gift it to them. Acts of service, you have gone and purchased, thought about the fabric that you've made it out of. You have taken the time to put it together. You have made something that he wants and needs. And so there's acts of service in that. You have fulfilled a need for him. He said, I really need a shirt for the garden. And so you've gone and sourced that and made it for him. Touch. There's touch. You have thought about how it will feel on him. And it will also, he'll be able to feel it and touch it every time he puts it on, and remember the time that you took to that. So that it's you're physically touching him every time when he wears that, and there's a little bit of you in that as well. The words of affirmation, you of course, when you give that to him, you write that little card down. And I think just the fact that you have given something that he needs and wants is and written on the card there how much he means to you is completes that gift beautifully. And of course, it's a gift, and so someone who loves gifts will love what you've made them. So I think when you make something for someone, it touches all of those love languages, and so you can't go wrong in doing it. So enough about love languages. If you don't know what their love language is, you can ask them to do the survey. It's that link is in this survey, but I'll also share it below as well if anybody wants to do it. But if they're not the type of person to go ahead and fill out the survey for love languages, then another lovely way of doing it is observe how they give love. So if they are somebody who is wonderful at congratulating you when you have achieved something, saying great job, saying I love that, saying oh you look great in that, that person, chances are their love language is also words of affirmation. So they demonstrate their love, how they like to receive love, in how they give love. And it's a really good indicator of how you could tap into theirs to make them really feel like they're appreciated. Again, if they're a big hugger, you know, physical touch just gives them a big lift for the day, and that's all they need. They don't need anything else. Just just a hug at the beginning of the day saying have a great day, love you. Okay, so that's enough about love languages. Just know that what we are making with these boxer shorts is going to tap into all of them, and that you can't go wrong with it. Okay, so on to day 2, Father's Day sew along, day 2. I hope day 1 went well. I know Moira was having some parental duties, and so she wasn't able to get to it, so hopefully she can catch up today. But and so yesterday we finished the middle of the short. Yes, I'm sewing it along with you. We finished the middle of the boxer short. Essentially we did the fly, the crutch, and the inner leg seams. And now we're going to do the outside. So we're going to do the French seams along the side seams, and we're going to do the little button in the middle, and we're going to prepare the waistband, ready to do the waistband tomorrow. So that's what we're doing today. If you have your little checklist, I can actually tick my day 1 off. I find that extremely satisfying. So I've been able to tick that off, and today we're going to sew these 3. So sew the side seams, sew the buttonhole, and prepare the waistband. And by the end of today, you should also be able to, there's one definitely in here, share your progress in the Facebook on day 2. Cheers someone on, can tick that one. So by the end of today, you should only have this one, these 2 left. I mean, you would have done 3/4 of those, but you'll only have those 2 boxes left to tick for tomorrow. So it's looking good. It's looking good. I'm looking forward to giving everybody some beautiful little gift tags, and of course Claire Louise Hardy's video, which I will talk to you about tomorrow. Okay, happy sewing for day 2, and I look forward to seeing the progress of your boxer shorts in the group. Okay, lots of love. Bye.